I'm at the fork in the road. If you know, you know. The fork in the road. I want to talk about that. That's been a huge thing in my life, and I feel like I'm allowed to vent about it a little bit. Even though people have told me, don't vent about it, don't put it on the internet, I don't care. Here we go. You know, the teleworking has been taken away, and I'm kind of over that. I will say that, you know, I don't know exactly what that's going to do to the federal government, the institution at large, but I can say for my life personally, it will serve to reduce productivity. I was addicted to working, and it's because I had my computer all the time. And it has taken away flexibility, you know, because like when my kid broke his elbow, I took him to the doctor. It was like a 3-day marathon of stuff, okay? I took him to the doctor. I could make that time up in the morning. I could make that time up in the evening. So I could live my life with some degree of freedom and flexibility. That's been taken. I don't necessarily see how that's productive to any of these people, but I just want to know, Mr. Musk, who takes your kids to school? Who takes them to the doctor when they get hurt? You know? And if you do actually do those things for your 12 children or whatever, like, do you make up the time at other hours? You know, do you make up your work at other hours of the day? Do you have a flexible schedule? Do you report to the same 6x6 cubicle every day? Just curious. Oh man, so I'm over that kinda. But I think that what frosts my ass and really gets me is like the fear mongering, the bias, and like the disrespect. That's what bothers me the most. Okay, so the bias, what I'm talking about is that we have created this idea, by we I mean the powers that be, that there is, you know, this group of people who are lazy, who aren't productive, you know, are kind of just using the system. We've created this idea, this like, of a person, okay? And sure, that exists, and that exists in every subset of life. Every institution you work for has that. Every business, all of it. It's everywhere. But we've applied this bias to one specific group. We've said, hey, these 2.2 million people are all of that, and that's incorrect. Sure, a subset of that population, a subset of that 2.2 million is, okay? But we've created these big sweeping changes that affect all of the 2.2, despite, you know, the actual target is less. How much less, I have no clue. But when you do those types of things, you know, the entire 2.2 suffer. And sure, maybe you're sticking it to the smaller subset. But you get what I'm saying. It's too much. All right, and we've done that. We've applied some level of bias to the federal government, and it sucks. Okay? And, you know, we're getting these emails that are fear-mongering. It's like, quit your job, click this button. And then the paragraph underneath it will be like, you know, we might just get rid of your job altogether. And we're going to do some massive cutting. We're going to do some furloughing, you know. So it might just be better if you click that button. Like, it's literal scare tactics preying on impulsivity. It's like generating this level of instability for 2.2 million people. Like, why? I get it. You're trying to do something. Streamline, cut down, whatever. Sure, I get it. But is that really what is necessary? You know, and then the clarification emails were good, right? The clarification email was like, okay, well, if you click the button, that's good. We want you to do that. By the way, like, you can still look for another job after you've clicked the button. We want you to do that because we want you to go out and get a job that actually has value. It said that. Implying that all of the things that we do are not valuable. And that pisses me off. You know, because what I see when I go to work is not what you are trying to fix, right? When I go to work, okay, we have these emails where or these meetings where they say, hey, y'all are doing just as much, maybe a little bit more with less people and less money. Good job. And what's happening is people are working more than their 40 hours a week and not clocking it. I was doing it. I know 2 firefighters that do it. The trails guy does it. There are so many. I know a timber guy, his wife told me that he does it. Like, we're doing it, okay? We're working more than 40. We're not clocking it. We're doing more with less, okay? And one of the things that, because we are so short-staffed, this last year I had the opportunity to go work with everybody. I went and hung out with the orchard boys for a while, okay? Those guys have an entire farm they're working. They are feeding, watering the trees, getting them to put on good seed, and then collection comes, and they're just power picking forever. And they have so much to pick. And then after they pick that, they need to go out into the woods and get the genetic material for the genetic program. And they're picking in the woods, which is even harder, okay? And when you're up those little trees, it is just scorching hot. It is so hot, I can't even describe it to you. It's not a place a ginger should be. And the trees are small, so there's a lot of sway, and you get sick to your stomach. These boys have a job that you need to pop a Dramamine before you get up there, otherwise you're not going to be able to eat your lunch, okay? They're tough. And there's 2 of them. And in reality, what they should have to do all the things that they need is probably more like 6 people. The orchard boys don't deserve to have your emails. The disrespect. I went to the nursery. Those people work infinitely hard. What it takes to turn a seed into a seedling is massive. And they constantly have like 80 moving parts. It is like a factory on steroids. It's crazy. And they're exposed to the elements all year long. Like in the winter, I get to sit in my house or in my office and work. They're outside. They're outside in the hottest and the coldest. And as soon as a cycle's done, it starts again. And I need them because I can't do what I do without the trees. They're so important. They don't deserve your emails. No, those people are valuable. Okay, who else should I talk about? Ooh, the firefighters. Firefighters are tough. I can't be a firefighter. The firefighters take care of all the buildings because we don't have maintenance people. So that's an entire responsibility, a thing that they do that I'm just like, thank you, God. Okay? That's a pain in the ass. They are responsible for putting out the fire. And in and of itself, that would be enough for them to do. That's hard. And the rules around putting out the fires have gotten stricter, and they have like a quarter of the amount of people that they normally have. And there's less money. It's just a lot. Okay, the firefighters are tough. They're also responsible for, my site preparation, making sure that the places that I put my trees are good to go. I need them. I need the firefighters! And that's a hard thing to do. That's an impossible task that we've been given. I went out with the firefighters one day last year to help with the broadcast burn. And I threw up. I had to pull over. It was the most vicious and horrible throw up of my life. I hated it. And so basically, I'm not tough enough to be a firefighter, okay? They don't deserve your freaking emails, Elon Musk. They don't deserve the disrespect. Those people are working hard. So here we are. We've applied some level of bias to this massive institution, but the truth is that embodied within that, there are hardworking people doing the best that they can, right? And I love them because they have been given tasks that to some degree they know they're going to fail. Like, we've been given too much. And even if we try our hardest, we're going to come up short. And these people are smart, dumb people. They go at it. There's heart there that is uncommon. That's what I see when I go to work, Elon Musk. And like, the email talked about we're trying to build loyalty within the institution. Like, loyalty to what, man? You want me to be loyal to your fear-mongering tactics? You want me to be loyal to a leader who doesn't even recognize the value of people? A leader who applies bias at a very large scale. You want me to be loyal to that? No, and people are afraid to like say the name. I'm not. I'll tell you right here and now who I'm loyal to. And I am loyal. Are you ready? This is the part where I want to get to that. I am loyal to the people that I work with. The people who show uncommon courage when they're faced with tasks that they know they're going to fail in some degree. I'm loyal to the people who work hard. Okay? I'm loyal to the land, right? Where I live and where I work is just one of the most beautiful places ever. You can literally feel like life force energy coursing through it. And I'm loyal to that. And I like to think that what I do is good, right? The institution that I work for, I'm loyal to this as well. The institution that I work for is a multi-use institution. You know, if you want to walk quietly through nature and not have a sound of a drone or a motorcycle or whatever, you can do that. You're a public landowner and you can do that. That's your opportunity. You know, if you want to rip a motorcycle around the trails, which is super fun, that's what I like to do. Okay, you can do that. We have that. You know, if we preserve certain locations, we are working to restore certain locations, and that in and of itself satisfies a lot of things for a lot of people. But we're also managing for timber. Like, we do all of the things. That's what I do, okay? It's multi-use, and I value that. It takes into account the needs of the people. So I'm loyal to that. I'm loyal to the people that I work with. I'm loyal to the people who recreate on the land. I'm loyal to the land itself, as we like to say. What I do is care for the land, and I care for the people. That's what I'm loyal to, Elon Musk. And, I'm not going to click your button. You're going to have to fire me. But until then, if that happens, I'm going to work my ass off, and I'm going to value and appreciate all the people around me. I think that we need to get this dude out here and give him a drip torch. Let's put Elon Musk on a fire. Let's get him out, dig in line. Can you imagine? Maybe he would change, I don't know. I just want to know if he'd throw up or not. We can make it like an MMA thing where everybody plays bets. Will Elon Musk throw up? Anyways. So I've taken a direction in the fork in the road, and I'm not quite sure if it's a good one or it's a bad one, but it's one that feels authentic to me. So that was my thoughts on that. Goodbye. Side bit, I also want to say I'm loyal to the logging community that I work within. I'm coming to find that there are really fun, quirky people. One guy pulled me out of the snow ditch a couple weeks ago and just had a wonderful conversation, and I go to the store and people talk to each other. So I'm loyal to that, the community as well. One of the things that I'm working on this year within my program of civil culture is to bring pieces of the community to the work. Honestly, because I don't have a choice. I got a lot of work to do, not a lot of people. But, there's a youth academy in that town, and I'm going to try and utilize that. There's a couple youth groups, so I am loyal to the land and the people. That's it.